Good morning, guys. Mike with Manly Mentality. I couldn't sleep, so got up pretty early, decided to go get my wife her favorite coffee drink at Starbucks, a pumpkin spice latte, and figured I'd talk to you guys about something real quick that I've kind of been thinking about and deciding whether I want to do a video on or not, but might as well go for it. So I haven't really discussed personal things as far as, personal relationships, that sort of shit with you guys at all. But about a year and a half ago, some poor decisions that I had made and a whole bunch of just other stuff was coming to a head with, me and my wife and just life in general. And basically I was hiding some things from my wife, and she found out about them, and the things that I was hiding, it was causing obviously a lot of stress in my life. It was causing, because I didn't want to, I was weak and couldn't talk to her about the things that was going on, and obviously it made it worse and worse and worse, and just kept compounding on top of each other. And by the time she found out about everything, it was just too late, and everything had kind of blown up to a point where it was out of my control, and things just spiraled completely down the shitter. But once she found out about it, we separated for about 2 weeks. I did not live at the house. I lived with my parents, and at that point I was in the middle of my growth, and building my new mentality that I currently have, and my growth mindset, and I was honing that and developing it. And I was decided that when I was at my parents' house, living with them, staying with them, that I could take this one of two directions. I could either move forward and be positive and just go, or I could get in a slump, start drinking a bunch of alcohol, and start playing the victim and woe is me and blame people and that sort of shit. So I decided that that path is not the path I'm going to go down, and I'm gonna continue to do what I was doing. I work out every single day, stay on my schedule, and just keep my shit together. So that's what I did. And a couple days into living without my wife, and living with my parents, after a long jog, the longest I had ran in a long time, while I was stretching and kind of doing some push-ups and different things, I got this epiphany, if you will, where this overwhelming feeling of freedom and joy just washed over me. And it might sound weird, but it wasn't a freedom of, oh, I'm free, I don't have a wife, I can go out and do whatever the hell I want. It wasn't that kind of freedom. That's not what I'm talking about. It was a realization, I guess, of the fact that I don't need my wife. I don't need anything else, because I'm content with who I am, and the joy that I have comes from within and not from anywhere else. Now, that's not to say I wasn't sad. That's not to say I didn't want, everything to work out with my wife, but it was just a calming feeling and an understanding that, I love myself for who I am, and I forgive myself for the mistakes I made, and I know that I can move forward, and I know that I can move on, and I know that I can continue to be a better person, for me, because I love myself. And I realized at that moment that I had never actually really loved myself, and I had gotten all my value, if you want to call it that, out of something that came from outside of me, not something that came from inside of me. And once I finally realized that that's where, my true joy comes from, is from within, and you have to love yourself first and foremost, before you can love anybody else or before you can allow anybody to love you. You know, that was an epiphany that hit me, and I just wanted to share that with you guys, and maybe that'll, get the wheels churning in somebody that's watching this video. So have a good day.